It's no secret that midlife can be a challenging time for many of us. It's a time when we experience unexpected changes in our lives. And in this video, I'll share three of the most significant shifts that took me from barely surviving to thriving. Hello, friends. It's Anita Renee. If you are new to my world, I am a spiritual mentor, soul guided healer, and transformational retreat facilitator for women. And I support and empower women just like you to experience joy, ease, and inner peace without sacrificing the full expression of who you are. And today I want to share with you three unexpected shifts that happened at a time in my life when I felt extremely lost and confused. And I want to share these with you so that you know, no matter where you are in life, no matter what your age, you're never too young, you're never too old to come back home to who you are and why you're here. And that there are infinite possibilities, and you are meant to experience what has been placed in your heart and to be happy and be fulfilled. So let's dive in. The first thing that happened to me was I actually experienced a spiritual awakening. Now, for me, spirituality is all about connecting with something bigger than myself and using that connection to help guide my life. And it's really about standing on my own 2 feet, knowing who I am, right? And I came upon my spiritual awakening quite unexpectedly, right? How it happens for most of us. And it happened when I experienced empty nest syndrome. Waking up one day asking, what now? Who am I now that my children are grown and they have their own lives? And what is the meaning and purpose of my life at this stage? Who here is a midlifer? Let me know in the comments if that's you. And let's have a different perspective here, right? And so what others have described as maybe a midlife crisis, right? It's not a crisis at all. And I describe it as a spiritual awakening, right? I've taken down the walls of limitations and expectations and really opened the floodgates to infinite possibilities, experiencing joy, ease, and an inner peace, right? No matter what's going on in my external world, I have that inner peace, okay? And through my own experiences of the women I have mentored and crossed paths with, the spiritual awakening process really seems to come to the forefront at a point of transition in our life. So that could be empty nesting, it could be divorce, it could be the loss of a loved one or a career change, a health challenge, any number of things, right? And for others, it's just this knowing that what they're doing is not working and something needs to change. And they've come to this fork in the road. And so this time of transition, right, has us wondering, like, what's next? Who are we now? Who will we be without the thing that once defined us? And so the awakening process begins. And so that was my first shift, and it was an amazing shift, and I'm still in it. The second thing was I invested in a mentor. Yep, never even knew there was such a thing. Literally, as I'm on the heels of my 50th year around the sun, I'm invited to attend a Weekend Women's event. And the investment was $100. And I almost didn't go because I didn't want to spend $100. I also didn't want to go because I felt awkward not knowing anybody in attendance, right? And back then I was an extreme introvert and shy and unsure of myself even maybe. So I asked my daughter to go with me, and she did. And this women's event is exactly what I needed at this pivotal point in my life, being an empty nester. What was presented that weekend blew my mind away. And the other women in attendance were just like me. I was shocked and happy, and I just really couldn't believe that I wasn't the only woman with doubts and fears and challenges. I thought I was the only one who didn't have it together, right? Tell me, do you feel like that? Yeah, it's not true. So it's not true. You're not alone. We're all in this together. And so I came home from that weekend event and I told my husband, I need to find myself. To which he replied, I don't really know what that means, but go for it. And so I was offered the opportunity to register for a 10-month mentorship program. The investment was $500 a month. It was really scary, but I just knew I needed to be a part of this program. I knew it was what I needed. Like, it got me excited in my sacral. Like, it gave me hope, right? And so I'm glad I followed my intuition on that. That decision changed my life in so many expansive ways. And this brings me to the third unexpected shift. I started my own business. It was called Radiance Hooping. And I received the inspiration and the download and took action to create what was divinely placed in my heart, to create a community for women to gather, to reconnect their mind, body, and soul, right? And nowhere in my 5-year or 10-year plan did I write I wanted to own a business. And nonetheless, that business would consist of working with the modality of a hula hoop for meditation to provide transformation for women. And so as my spiritual journey has evolved, my offerings have evolved as well. And so again, just know that if you're going through a period of transition, no matter what it is, I want to invite you to give yourself grace and compassion, to trust that a higher power has your back, to know that your life does have purpose and meaning, to know you're a beautiful creator. You have amazing gifts that are unique to you. You are meant for more. And life does not end with a transition, right? That's why they call it transition, going from one to the other. So the transition is the opportunity to receive an even more expansive version of yourself. And it's so much fun. Let me know in the comments your thoughts, or if you've experienced any unexpected shifts and having a life transition in your world. And just know that it's all good. It's okay. You'll be okay. And the transition is just the most amazing spot to be in midlife. Because this time you can choose. You don't have to go by anybody else's expectations or anybody else's definition of what your life should look like. You get to choose it all of it, and it's beautiful. So again, let me know if this resonated with you, what your thoughts are on this, whatever transition you're going through. Just know that I love you. It will be okay. You're fine. It's all good. And yeah, we'll talk soon. Take care. Have a beautiful day.